Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters is right here, baby. I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hamilton Mike, bringing you another absolutely solid special with Brian, the Ranger Retard, at my side. You're just going to love to talk about it, the water cooler, the pool, the spa, the this, the that. It's just, you know, you just can't get enough of us. That's why you keep watching. That's why you got to subscribe. Today we're going to talk about the NHL. We've been doing a lot about the NHL lately. We're going to talk about a couple moves. Toronto's goaltender, Bernier, actually was traded today to Anaheim, which is surprising to me because Anaheim is going through, we talked about 6 goalies in 3 years.
Yeah, quite a lot of, like a turnstile at Anaheim crease.
I don't understand it because a couple years ago when they got, actually 2 years ago when they got Anderson, I thought Anderson was the man. They put him in there, but then they started rotating the goalies again, putting different guys back and forth. And they did it all year last year. They rotated goalies back and forth, and now with this move, I would think he's the man now.
I don't know. I think they like John Gibson. You know, it's funny because Bernier was a guy who was he didn't get a chance to start in L.A. because Jonathan Quick was there, and he wasn't going to obviously supplant him. Got traded in a big deal to Toronto. A lot of fanfare around it when he got traded there. Did not materialize at all. His former cohort, James Reimer, signed that deal in Florida last week. Again, it's another situation where I think he's going to get really good money to be a backup. And Anaheim, again, you never have the starting goaltender. And for them, it's worked to a point. But remember, the team hasn't gone to the Stanley Cup Finals. They've gotten close. They haven't gotten over the hump. Again, that's another situation. You know, Anderson was traded from Anaheim to Toronto. Yes. Ironically enough.
Yep.
Goaltending matters. Again, frankly, a bust in Toronto. We'll see what he does back in Southern California.
And if you look at, it's funny, if you follow the NHL for the last couple of years and you look at a lot of the rosters now and look at goaltenders in the league, a lot of the goalies have been shuffled around lately. It's from signings to trades. It's just the life of the goaltender now. Guys are, you know, dime a dozen.
Cap league.
Cap league, yep. And another news that I have is the one-time Flyer, Blackhawk, Panther, King, and we can keep going down the list. Chris Versteeg, 30 years old, looks like he's off to Switzerland to sign a deal. Guess he's out of the NHL for a little while, so he's going to go over there for
the local area. He was a guy that the Flyers gave a first and a third-round pick for. And that was just one of the. That was
another solid move.
Terrible trade at the time.
Keep having a six-pack, Homer, when you're making those moves. You horse his ass.
That was bad. I mean, it's not as bad as trading Van Riemsdyk for Luke Shen, but it's up there.
How about the Umberger for Hoffman?
Yeah, well, I know what they're trying to do there, but I wasn't a fan of that either.
Yeah.
There are some free agents left that haven't found homes yet. That were kind of surprised actually they haven't found homes. I got a guy like Yuri Hoodler. Who scored 30 goals in Calgary a couple of years ago. He was traded to Florida at the deadline. He's still 32 years old, still looking for a new deal. A guy I personally like that I'd like to see maybe end up with the Rangers. Hey, you know, Gorton, you listen? A guy like Brandon Peary. Brandon Peary's a guy who was a Chicago pick. He ended up in Florida. Probably in one of those deals, I don't know specifically, one of those deals that Chicago purged a lot of their players after. Every time they get close to the cap, they send players out there. Had 22 goals a couple years ago. He's very efficient. He's a goal scorer, not a lot of assists, but he's a guy that was traded for a 6th-round pick at the deadline last year. I was really surprised that that's all it took. Anaheim chose not to qualify him. Listen, that's a guy that can help a team out there for really, really cheap at this point, I feel. For sure.
Well, that's all the time we have for the Sports Box today. Keep an eye out for some new stuff coming.
Oh, I'm getting breaking news.
Breaking news for the Sports Box. Hold on.
Mark Scheifele of the Winnipeg Jets, what was their first-round pick since moving back to Winnipeg, signs an 8-year deal at just over $6.1 million. That's a lot for, you know what, that's the way the league is going though, Mike.
Who gets 8-year deals?
These kids, though, that are finally coming up to those UFA years, they're getting the deals early because they're getting them locked up. That's why people like David Backes get big deals in free agency because these guys don't hit the market.
And Voracek, 8-year deal? How's he doing? How's Voracek doing since he signed that deal?
That's a fair point.
You might just get me in the league and sign me up for. I'll be less money. You sign me for 30 years.
Listen, I think
kind of like the Garceau deal, 15-year. Or no, I'm sorry, DiPietro.
Alexi Ashton.
Alexi Ashton, DiPietro.
They're still paying him. Bobby Bonnier.
Yeah, there you go.
Listen. We've talked about this. I think the league's headed straight towards the lockout again. I think it's 2021 is the year. You know, they're putting these deals into signing bonuses, front-loading money. I think they know. It's just, what are you going to do? I mean, it's keep up with the Joneses. It's just not good.
Let me slide over here for a second. And that's all the time we have for the Sports Box today. Keep an eye out. We got some good things coming. It's like the freaking Philadelphia Zoo here. We got Bear Day. So keep an eye out for some good stuff coming. And remember, at the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters
It's right here.
It's right here, baby. I'll see you later. We'll see you next time. See ya. Get him.